Hello, everyone. Welcome back to A Common Touch of Fantasy. My name is Paul, and thank you for joining me. I had a great reading week last week. I had my no tech, no clock Saturday, which was fantastic. The day seemed like it lasted forever. I got a ton of reading done, as much reading in that one day as the other days combined, and it was just a great Saturday. I didn't really have to think about anything other than what I was reading, and it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it, and I'll definitely be doing that again some other Saturday when I'm able to. So what I've read the last week is as follows. First off, I read Rain, Rain by Anne M. Martin. This is a middle grade book. I would say the target age for this book would be around 11. But at the same time, I can tell that this is a simplistic book written for possibly older middle grade kids as well. It is rather simplistic. It is melodramatic. It is rather cliche, but I really loved this. I thought it was fantastic. It's about a young girl that has Asperger's syndrome. She's a high functioning autistic girl, and she loves homonyms. She loves rules. She freaks out when people don't follow the rules properly, which I respect. And she has a great relationship with her dog, and she loves her dog. Not so great relationship with her father. Her father struggles with patience with her, and he has his own issues that you kind of find out about throughout the book. A hurricane happens, and the dog disappears. It runs away, and the book is about finding the dog and the ramifications that happen after this hurricane and finding the dog and things like that. I love books with dogs in them, and this was a great book to read after reading 1984. It is an emotional book, and it does pull the heartstrings purposely. And so if that type of book, you don't like that type of book, then you probably won't like this. However, if you like just a fun middle grade sappy book about a little girl and her dog, check this out. The next book I read was The Hike by Drew McGarry, and this is an adult fantasy, a little bit of horror, a little bit of Lovecraftian, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, because this book is crazy. Okay, so this guy goes on a hike. He is a father, he is married, and he's on this business trip. He stops at this hotel, and he goes on a hike because he has time, or so he thinks. And this hike becomes this crazy journey through this weird, mysterious, magical land that changes non-stop. And he follows this path, and he has to stay on the path so that he can get out. And there's a lot of metaphors and themes about, living life and going on your path in life and the obstacles you have to face, but in the end it makes you stronger. And I really enjoyed this. It is crazy. It is weird. It just comes out of left field at times, but this was an easy to read, great book that I probably won't forget for a long time. And I would highly recommend this to people that like really random books, like things that happen randomly in a story, that has a strong theme but not a really strong overall plot. But the randomness is just fun. It's funny, it's lighthearted at times, but at other times it's super serious. And I thought it was great. I'm going to check out more of Drew McGarry's books. I thought this was fun. Stormfront by Jim Butcher. I finally got around to reading this book. I got the audiobook. James Marsters navigating. Yeah, he's flying a plane, Paul. Narrating. And yeah, it was good. I liked it. I had my expectations rather low because I heard that this one wasn't as good as the other books. It wasn't good. But I really enjoyed it. It is right up my alley. It is classic noir detective mystery with supernatural elements, and I love that. yes, this is a Brill book at times. Mr. Harry Dresden thinks himself a ladies' man, and the women in this are always described as like lustily, I guess the word would be. And people have really complained about this. It didn't really bother me all that much because, you know, I've read other detective noir books, and I've experienced those type of stories before, and it's just kind of the genre, and it didn't really bother me all that much. Hopefully it gets toned down a little bit in the books coming up, but it doesn't really bother me all that much. I think mainly because I'm male, and it's kind of like, you know, living out fantasies with this alpha male wizard character that gets women, you know. But I could definitely see how this book might bother female readers, and his chauvinism would bother readers. I could definitely see that. So take that for what it's worth. But I enjoyed it. It was fun. Detective, wizard, figuring stuff out. And I thought it was well done. Definitely looking forward to reading the whole series because I actually have all the books. And that made me think of something. Like, if I already have all the books of a series, is that going to change the way I think about the first book if I read it? I try not to buy the whole series before I buy the first book. But a long time ago, I was all about buying used books. So I found like all these books used. And yeah, I have the whole series. So a part of me thinks I liked it so much because I have all the books, and I don't want to like tell myself it wasn't that great because I have all the books. But I liked it. It was fun. I also read some graphic novels, some comics. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. C-O-R-P-S. I'm always awful at that word. This is by Robert Venditti. He does a lot of Valiant stuff. The art is great. The art is really cool. Look at that. Like, it's really full page, really in your face, bright art. The story is a little bit confusing because I haven't read any Green Lantern stuff before, and the New 52 and stuff before that really would have helped me understand the story more, but I figured it out. It wasn't that difficult. The only thing is, it's a lot like Dragon Ball Z, and then that all they do is fight, and there's not much else going on. So I gave that like a 3. It was alright. It was okay. I liked it, but it wasn't something that I would actually buy. I got it from the library. Also from the library is The Return of Superman. This has Dan Jurgens mainly as the main writer back in the 1990s. I think it was 1993 for this one. If you follow my channel, I read The Death of Superman and The World Without Superman, and now The Return of Superman. And I had a lot of fun reading these. A lot of the stuff that happens in this 1 year crossover event really impacts Superman for many years, and I thought it was a great story, and The Return of Superman was fantastic. All the different Superman individuals that come out of the woodwork, and then, you know, the big guy himself comes back. So it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It's got that old-fashioned art. Some of it was definitely better than others. And I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. It took me forever to read this because it's like 450 pages, but I read it during my day of no tech. So during my day of no tech, I read this whole thing, this whole comic, this one here. I read half of The Hike, and then I read half of Stormfront, and it was a really good reading day for me. I don't read fast, so it was good. So that is what I've read the last week. It was a decent week for me. I'm currently reading my most anticipated book to read because I want to read the things I want to read the most right now. And I'm trying to change my viewing of my reading. Read what you want to read the most right now. Don't guilt yourself into reading something you really don't want to or is expected of you to read. Anyways, I am reading Fool's Assassin by Robin Hobb, the first book in the Fitz and Fool trilogy, and it is awesome. It is so good. I just love to be back with these characters. I am so happy to be back. About 200 pages in or so, and I'm loving it. It's so good so far. Really looking forward to really just reading that this week and having a great time reading that and seeing how the week goes. Also, I watched Guardians of the Galaxy again. It's a rewatch for me because I wanted to remember what happened in the first movie, which I forgot, in preparation for the new movie that's going to come out. And I have to say, Guardians of the Galaxy is probably my favorite Marvel movie, maybe. It was really good. Like, the second time watching it, I was like, this is actually good. The Avengers, it was great the first time I watched it, but when I watched it the second time, I was like, well, this is still good, but not as good as I thought it was. But that Guardians of the Galaxy, that's some good stuff. Good stuff. Anyways, that's what I've been up to, what I've been reading, what I'm planning on reading. Let me know in the comments what you've been up to, and just say, hey, just say, what up, Paul? What you doing? And I'll be like, what up? Yeah, but I won't be like Harry Dresden. Harry Dresden, you know, reading him in a book is okay, but acting like him in real life is not. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.